the tree. Look for me.
He saw us!
Given where Bran's power has been going and the direction it goes this season, I'd love for Bran to just be a kind of mystical tree sage who kind of who controls all the sort of the nature of Westeros and keeps everything in balance, which I think is the really cool thing about his power. He's got this sort of the vision and green sight through which he can sort of see in the past and in the future and in the present, and it's almost like he's watching the whole series as we are. He kind of knows everything that's going on and everything that has gone on and will happen. So I think Bran could do some really special, really cool things with that power. I mean, in all the past seasons, it's kind of been building up slowly and slowly and slowly. We're getting slightly better glimpses into what this power is and what it might do. Season 6, I would say it's actually a fully fledged superpower now, if you like. It's kind of, he's actually being able to use it to look at some important things and study some important lessons. And it's setting the path for the power to be used for who knows what.
You're going to help me walk again?
You'll never walk again, but you will fly.
He won't be a boy forever. And winter is coming.
Bran is a character whose experiences are luckily very far from my own. You know, I haven't had my entire family murdered and turned into a tree wizard. But what I think a sense that Bran really does represent is the essence of really struggling through a hardship. And I mean, Bran has gone through the extreme, but in a small way, there's something about he's continued to follow this destiny of his, which has been drawing him somewhere. He doesn't know whether it'll even pay off, what it even is, but it's something he has to follow, and he feels he has to follow it. And along the way, he's had plenty of opportunity to kind of give up, and get, you know, he runs into Jon at Craster's Keep, and he could have been taken care of and gone back and met his family, or what's left of them. But he hasn't. He stayed on course, and he's gone through every single dreadful hardship you could imagine. What I've taken away from him is definitely just a sense of following what it is you want to do and sticking to it. I think that's an important message that everyone can take away from Bran.
It happens in my dreams.
You're war, Bran. In your blood.
You're Brandon Stark.
And if we lose you, we lose everything.
Game of Thrones, I know everyone says this, but you really can't quite work out what's ever going to happen. You know, nobody saw Jon Snow's death coming, and nobody saw Ned Stark's death coming. When you watch it, you subscribe to it knowing that you're in for a shock every now and then. And I think that's what makes you really invest in the characters, because you know that the likelihood is that they may not make it. In so many other series, you look at characters, you go, oh, well, no, he's got to survive because he does X and Y. But here, there really is no such guarantee. So you invest in it, in the people as though they were real people who could die at any moment. I think that's one of the key factors in really getting people to immerse themselves with the show. It could so easily have gone the other way, and people have gone, oh, right, well, that's just getting ridiculous now, because there's no one to invest in, and we've shot ourselves in the foot. But really, if we sort of compared it back with the kind of medieval times in which it's set, there was an extraordinary amount of treachery and so many villainous characters who were constantly being dethroned and killed. That's what made it dynamic and interesting those times, and that's why we study them so much. Game of Thrones really captures that in a very imaginative way, which I think really sets it apart.